Hi everyone, this is Athina and you're watching Athina Tattoo, where we talk about tattoos. Welcome back. In this episode, we will be talking about hygiene. Hygiene, my friends, one of the most important things in our daily lives, apparently. So, welcome to the second episode. I just want to make things clear first and foremost that the things that I will be saying here are mostly my opinion and my opinion only. So take what you want and leave the rest if you don't want it. Don't hate, just appreciate, okay? I've been in the medical field for 9 years, so I'm well aware of how important hygiene can be. This should really be basic tattooing information, but just because it should be doesn't mean that it is. So my aim for this video is to highlight the importance of hygiene in the tattooing field. I hope artists out there care enough to dig deeper into this, into studying this, to avoid risks or problems like cross-contamination, transmission of diseases, possible infections, and so much more. Seriously, there are people with underlying diseases who do get tattoos but are hesitant to tell their artists. So aspiring tattoo getters with underlying diseases, please inform your artist so he or she will be able to know on what advice to give you, especially the tattoo aftercare. By the way, if you don't know anything about tattoo aftercare, or if you want to know more, I've placed the tattoo aftercare video link on my description box, so you can watch that if you want. This episode is for every single one of you. It pays to know, and it might even save your life. Not to be too dramatic, but seriously. Moving on. Number 1, always wash your hands. Wash your hands before and after sessions, wash your hands before and after breaks, before and after setting up. Wash your hands always. That is to avoid cross-contamination from your phone to your machine, potentially to your clients, and you know the rest. Number 2, treat your equipments, your hands, your station, and your clients as if they were sterile objects. Meaning, treat them as if they were super clean and keep it that way. Number 3, cover your equipments, your stations, everything else with plastic. You can use kitchen plastic wrap. Now, I'm sorry to say again, I don't know any other alternative that is biodegradable, but if you do know, please let me know, and if I find things out about this, then I will let you know. So yes, things to cover would be your machine, of course, your power supply, your wires, all the wires that you'll be using, your pillows for support, your tattoo bed, your table, your ink bottles, your water spray bottles, your lotion bottle, and everything else that you will be constantly using. Number 4, wear protective measures like gloves and masks. You don't want to be spitting on your clients. I'm actually guilty of that. Not spitting on my clients, but not wearing a mask. Sometimes I forget, but sometimes I just don't want to wear them because it's just too hard to breathe, and all my excuses. But I should walk my talk. I should wear them constantly and at work. I wear glasses, and my glasses for me are like my goggles. They protect my eyes from the ink splatters. I also like to use specific clothing for when I'm tattooing because, to protect myself from the ink splatters. I know you're thinking it's just ink, but sorry, sweetheart, it's not. It's ink with blood on the side and a little garnish of diseases if you're lucky, so please be careful. Number 5. Now, this is a little bit intense, so hold on tight to your seats. In a proper medical setting, like a laboratory or a clinic, in blood donation, we do a sterilization technique to result in absolutely 0 organisms. We do what is called the aseptic technique. This aseptic technique is done with a sterile cotton ball or pad with iodine, wiped in a circular motion inside to outside like so. Then get another sterile cotton pad or cotton ball of alcohol doing the same motion, and then with iodine doing the same motion. Now you can also do a septic technique with just alcohol. Now some of you can be triggered with this information, so I just want to say again, you don't have to if you don't want to, but if we did, it would be so much better for everyone in the whole world. I think that if you have clients with underlying diseases that impede their immune system, meaning they halt the protection system in their body, like HIV, AIDS, or diabetes, or lupus. People with diseases like that are really prone to infection. So it's really good to sterilize the area before you do your tattooing. Number 6, use an applicator stick or a tongue depressor or a clean popsicle stick to scrape the petroleum jelly out of its tub, okay? And do not re-stick it in once you've touched it on a contaminated area, because by doing that, you'll pass on the contamination to the next client if you choose to reuse your tub. Number 7, use a disposable razor shave to shave your client's hair, because remember when you're shaving and you cut yourself, the blood goes onto the razor, and then if you reuse that to the next client, you might pass on some diseases because blood can carry disease. Number 8, the biggest no-no is reusing needles. Never reuse needles, please. That's the most effective way to transmit disease. You know, diseases like HIV, AIDS, hepatitis, and those are just the common ones. Number 9, needle tips can be reusable, granted you have a proper sterilization equipment like autoclave. Some tattoo parlors have this, so I'm just going to mention a way to. So in the medical setting, the reusable items are placed in an autoclave in 121 degrees Celsius temperature and 15 psi pressure at 15 minutes. But since they are expensive, not a lot of us have this. That's why most of us prefer to use disposable ones. Some parlors do have UV disinfecting cabinets, and that could work too. Number 10, when refilling ink cups, get a tissue to hold your ink bottle and another tissue to open the cap. When you're pouring into your ink cup, never touch the tip of the bottle to the ink cup because that's contamination already. Number 11, if you need to use your phone, make sure it has a protective covering, because there are so many studies showing that our phones are one of the dirtiest things that we own. It could be dirtier than a toilet bowl. So yeah, make sure it has a covering, or you can remove your gloves too. Number 12, the most effective solution to clean your station is using 1% sodium hypochlorite. This is just 1 part household bleach and 9 parts clean water. But constantly cleaning your surfaces with Lysol or alcohol can do too. Number 13, waste disposal. You can contact people who handle hazardous waste because they will give you proper containers and proper waste bags. But if you don't have any contacts with them, you can use your old water bottles as puncture-proof containers for your needles. You know, you don't want your garbage collector to get pricked by your dirty needles, possibly contracting disease, and spend so much on an accident for your recklessness. Sorry to call you out on that. But I think we should care enough to do these things, you know, in this line of work. We should be professionals. Number 14, clean your things regularly, before and after sessions, and randomly when it's not in use, because bacteria can accumulate. You see those molds in your refrigerator with your food? Yeah, that could happen with your equipment too. And so I guess that's it. I think that's what type 2 hygiene should be, in my opinion. Hear me out. This isn't just to protect you and your clients. This could also stop the spread of diseases. Tattooing can be really hazardous because of the blood exposure. So let's stop worsening. I really hope that we care enough to dig deeper into these things, study it, practice it, apply it in our lifestyle and different areas of our life, because it's really important. Well, look at that. My second episode. I hope this was helpful. I hope this was really informative. If you have any comments, suggestions, anything else that you want to say, please comment that down below. And if you want to know more about tattoos and the like, please subscribe to my channel. This is Athena, and you're watching Athena Tattoo. Tattoo with care. Bye.